One of the things that I saw in your posts, one in particular, referenced the caregiver levels job ladder, which I loved so much because caregiving ranges. It can look so different for someone who is basically looking in on a loved one versus someone who is responsible for their daily living needs on a 24/7 basis. But I felt like that would be something our audience would appreciate hearing more about from you because it ties back to that term caregiver.
I reflect a lot on the stages of grief. So in the beginning, you're in this sense of denial of taking on that title because it's such a it's such an important title that you're like, no, I'm just doing things, just being a helper. The role of a caregiver is just so big, and you're like, no, I'm not a caregiver. So again, connecting it with the stages of grief. That's where this caregiver level kind of came about. And so level one, you're a helper. You are checking in, making sure your loved one has something to eat. Where I would do is like making sure that my mom had some company, that she felt like, I was checking in on her, that, she had friends over, or, how her day was, making sure she had food and paying her bills and stuff, just helping out. And then eventually it turns into coordinating. And you become the coordinator. You become, if you start seeing things that are off, you start wondering like, something's not right. Maybe I should check in a little more. Maybe I should stop by and see if everything is okay. You start coordinating more events with them, making sure that they're not lonely. And then you start turning into the role of the advocate, going to doctor visits, making sure that if they're taking medication, that they're taking them in the right dosages at the right time. And you become the medical historian, and you find yourself taking notes of different things that you see. And so the hats just start adding on, you just keep adding on more responsibilities until you get to level 4, which you really take on. Once you have all those responsibilities, they're like, okay, I am becoming this person's parallel. Like this person really needs to lean on me. Whoever you feel needs a support, whether it's a neighbor, aunt, an uncle, your parent. If you feel that they need somebody that's constantly there, you essentially are becoming their caregiver. And then level 5, the 24/7 protector. And again, you just like keep adding on the responsibilities. And by stage 6, you're into hospice, comfort, and that's further down the line. But a lot of people resonated with level 4 and 5, where they become the nurse, the social worker, the crisis manager, the therapist, and you just are really like deep diving into the medical part. So yeah, there's different stages.
I love the way you articulate that, because it's like just every stage you're adding on something new. It's not like something gets taken away. You just keep adding on to what you're doing as a caregiver.